Hello, kindergartners. My name is Mr. Tang, and I want to welcome you to week 6, lesson 1. We're going to go through a couple different activities, SD Mystery and Collect 15 together. We have our good friend Mr. Pizek with us today too, and he will be helping us out. To start off, our objective is going to be that we will identify a given number using clues based on place value. Let's start our lesson off by taking a look at this cup filled with pencil erasers. When you look at this cup, I want you to think of a number that's way too high to be in this cup. 1,000,000, 1,000, 100? How do we know 100 is too many to be in this cup? What about 50? As we think about that, I want you to think about how you know that that's too many to be in this cup. What do you know about the cup? What do you know about the erasers in the cup? Now I want you to think of a number that's too low to be in this cup. How do we know that that number is too low? Can there be one eraser in this cup? How about just 2 erasers in this cup? Is 5 too low of a number to be in this cup? Think about all the different thoughts that you have. What you're doing right now, boys and girls, is you're making sense of numbers. We know that 1 is too low because we see more than just 1. We know that 100 is too many because this container can't hold 100. Just some things to think about. You can find more activities like this at Steve Waborny's blog. I'm on a learning mission. We have more examples of the SD mysteries here. He's got tips for teaching, popular math strategies. We also does something called Splat on here, which we do a lot of within accounting. Estimation Clipboard is a great tool. Lots of good stuff here. So if you have some time, be sure to check it out.
Today we are going to complete an estimistry where we will use a series of clues to think about what number of objects could be in the jar. Take a look at the picture on the left and think to yourself how many eraser caps might be in the jar. We are now going to look at a series of clues that will help us think about how many erasers are in the cup. The first clue we have is that if we count by twos from 2 to 30, the answer will be one of those numbers. So count with me as I count by twos to think about what numbers this might be. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30. Remember, our number is one of the ones we just said. So far we know that one of the numbers when counting from 2 to 30 by twos is our number. Our next clue is that the answer is greater than 10. Let's take a look at what numbers we can now get rid of. So now we can cross out the entire first row of numbers. We know that it's 2, counting by twos from 2 to 30 will give us our answer, and that it's greater than 10. So we have 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, or 30 as our choices. Let's take a look at our third clue. Our third clue tells us that there are less than 30 objects. We know we have less than 30, so we can cross out the 30 on our hundreds chart. Remember, we can count by twos from 2 to 30 to find our number. Our answer is greater than 10, but it is less than 30. What might our number be? Let's take a look at our fourth clue and what we already know. First, we can count by twos from 2 to 30, and the answer will be one of those numbers. Then, we knew our answer is greater than 10. Then we knew our answer was less than 30. Our fourth clue is that one of the digits is a 4. So let's look at what that might be. Since we know now that our digit is a 4, we have two numbers left, 14 and 24. So when we think of all 5 clues, we now know that we only have 2 possibilities. It could be 14 or 24. What do you think the number is? Remember, we could have had 14 or 24 erasers in the cup. Let's reveal the answer. There were 24 erasers in the cup. If you found this Mystery fun, check out the website here for more Mysteries and other fun math activities.
Wow, Mr. Pizik, that sure was fun. Thanks a lot for that. Well, boys and girls, if you want to continue having some more Esta Mystery fun, ask your parents to help you find Steve Wabornia's website, and you can access a couple more on your own. Moving right along here, though. In this lesson, you're going to be playing Collect 15 together. 2 players will take turns spinning a 1 to 3 spinner and taking the corresponding number of pennies. The goal is to collect 15 pennies working together as a team. So for your materials today, you're going to need a set of pennies, the spinner that's included in this packet, and a paper clip and pencil. Also included in this packet is a 15 frame that you may use if you get stuck or need some help organizing or keeping track of the number of pennies that you have. While you're playing this game, discuss and reflect the strategies of how you're remembering how many pennies there are at the end of each round. Some things to think about. How do you know whether or not you have reached a total of 15 pennies? How can you find a total? Can you explain how you find a total? How about after you add new ones? How do you keep track of that? Think about how do you know that the number is more or less than 15? Are you starting from 1 every time, or did you count on from another number? As you're playing, think about how many more pennies do you need to get to 15? And how do you know that? Well, the game is over as soon as you have at least 15 pennies. So depending on your ending roll, you may end up with exactly 15 or more than 15. As you continue playing through Collect 15 together, think about some of the different combinations that you were able to use and add together to get to 15. As you finish up, some next steps could be to work on the journal prompt, which is also included in your resource packet. The prompt reads, Ben and Micah are playing Collect 15 together. They have already collected the pennies below. Micah spins a 3. How many pennies will they have after Micah adds his 3 pennies to the collection? Use pictures, numbers, and an equation to show your thinking. Well, boys and girls, I hope you had as much fun as I did. And until next time, thank you, be safe, and remember to wash those hands.